Sailing ships have been described as the most beautiful machines ever devised by man. Full-rigged ships like this, it's very hard to argue against that description. Three-masted barks, three-masted schooners, two-masted schooners, barks, brigantines, the whole lot. There's something majestic about them under sail. But they weren't designed to be pretty, they were designed to be working items. They were the lorries of the day, the long-distance lorries of the day. And to do that, their mode of transport was the wind, and the wind had to be caught in their sails. So sailmakers were extremely important people. Their skills were absolutely unbelievable now when we look, and there are still sailmakers, of course, for modern craft, leisure craft. But we'll have a look at just what the sailmaker did, how important he was to the community. Not only in his day job of making sails, there's a clue in the name, but also the other items that a sailmaker could create for the family and for himself. Originally, of course, all the sewing was done by hand, but even sailmakers became mechanised to a certain extent after a while. We've all seen Singersong machines, but how many of you have seen a Singersong machine the size of this? That is specifically made for sewing sails and was made for the sailmaker's craft. We're trying to find out more details of this particular one. There is a Singersong Machine museum, believe it or not, but COVID has played havoc. But we will find out more. Impressive, isn't it? As well as the first call on his skills making sails, he also made anything that could be useful, and canvas was the perfect medium. Like these bags, these smaller bags were made for his tools, and not just his tools, could be any of his shipmates. Also the big ones here, and this was for his personal gear, his clothes, shaving accoutrements, whatever. And these bags travel all over the world with Arklow seamen. We believe, we're open to contradiction on this, but we believe that we're the only museum to have something like this. As I said, please contact us if somebody else has one. We would love to know if there is one. But this is a baby's cradle, and it is made by an Arklow sailmaker in about 1920, and many children within the family were reared in this. It was owned by the O'Neill family on Wexford Road, on St. Kevin's Terrace on Wexford Road. It's unique. It's also spent 40 years in California, and Pat O'Neill had it out there showing his kids and grandkids the type of thing that people in Arklow used, and we're so pleased to have it. So the sailmaker could turn his hand to anything. The sailmaker's tools were very basic in the beginning, and it was obviously needle and thread, needle and cord, whatever, and that would be waxed to preserve it. But with the needle, there's a typical needle there. But they would also use this, and this is a palm thimble. That would go around the hand. This one is fairly delicate now, so I don't want to push it at all. And the thimble is just in there, like the way it's worn on the finger now, but this had to go through heavy canvas. It was heavy duty, so it had to sit snugly right in the palm. And using that palm thimble and a needle like that, these guys produced absolutely beautiful work. There are items quite apart from the canvas being used as sails. There are bags, there are other items, there's a cradle. But this here was also used on the Father Murphy monument in Parade Ground. When the monument was unveiled in the early 1900s, the cover it for the day on the run-in up to the unveiling. Nowadays you could have a velvet sheet, who knows what, but Arklow, it was absolutely appropriate that sheet hiding Father Murphy monument should be sailcloth. and it was actually made by a local sailmaker here using this exact palm thimble and that needle. And on the day of unveiling, the canvas was over Father Murphy, the rope was pulled, the canvas fell away, and the 1798 Father Murphy monument was unveiled.